Tech and welcome back to my channel Tech. In today's I'll try to do the CPU throttling test comparison between all of these three smartphones, friends. So this is going to be really very interesting because this is my first time I'm doing this kind of comparison with the Realme X7 Max versus iQOO 7 device and Mi 11X device. So let's see, friends, which phone will be having the better throttling and which phone will be having low temperatures. That is another thing which I'll be mainly concentrating. And I'll try to use same settings in all the phones. So let's get started, friends. So first let me try to quickly turn on the airplane mode in all the phones. So there is no SIM card, there is no Wi-Fi, everything I'm disabling right now, as you can clearly see here. Let me even clear all the background applications. So all the background applications is completely empty right now, as you can clearly see, friends. Let me try to show you the settings as well, what I'm trying to use in terms of the refresh rate and all those details. Let me try to go to the display and turn on the light mode. Why there is dark mode, I'm not sure. So is 120 Hz refresh rate is turned on. Let me try to go to the more options. I'm trying to be a little bit kind of quick because I don't want to make the video kind of slightly lengthy, because which a lot of users I did complain the videos are so lengthy. So that is the reason I'm trying to talk a little bit kind of faster. So right now all the three smartphones, they're in the 120 Hz refresh rate in this iQOO 7 device and in the Realme X7 Max, which is in the middle, as you can clearly see, friends. And finally it is a Mi 11X smartphone with the Snapdragon 870. So right now I do experience the heating issues in the iQOO 7 device and Realme X7 Max, but not in the Mi 11X device. That is the reason I bought the recently a Realme cooling fan as well, just for the iQOO 7 to cool this monster. Seriously, friends. So I think this quite slightly helping. So I did do the Antutu benchmark test while using the cooling fan. Try to check that video. You can clearly understand it's really good using with this kind of monster. So let me try to quickly open the CPU throttling application in all the phones. And one thing, all the CPU throttling applications are added into the respective game modes. So if you don't know what is a game mode, every smartphone right now which has got the game enhancement option. So in the Mi 11X device there is a game turbo. I did add the CPU throttling into the game turbo, and in the Realme there is a game space. I did add into the game space, as you can clearly see. In the iQOO 7, the iQOO 7 device, there is a ultra game mode. I also added into the ultra game mode, and all the phones are completely charged to 100% of the batteries. As you can clearly see, friends, 100%, and even in this 100%. So everything is 100%. And next step is to change the brightness slightly. I'm trying to increase slightly the brightness, maybe close to 70%. Let me try to keep slightly to 70% of the brightness. As you can see, in all the phones I'm trying to maintain the same amount of brightness to be fair, as you can clearly see, friends. So now let me try to show you the settings what I'm trying to use during this time of testing, so which is really important. Let me try to slightly increase the time to 15 minutes. I'm trying to run the 100 threads, which is really intense kind of testing which I'm trying to do. So before I did using the 50 threads running, but right now I'm trying to use 100 threads and 15 minutes of time during this time. As you can clearly see, friends, all the phones are having the same kind of settings. You can clearly compare. As you can see, you can take a look. If I try to zoom in, you will have a clear look. So you should not have any kind of confusion. So I'm trying to be kind of fair here, so you should not have any kind of confusion. So let me do a quick save. So all the details are completely saved, as you can see, friends. For last time, you can see everything is saved right now. Let me try to check the temperatures. Temperatures 35.6, 35.6 and 35.4. Oh my god, everything is 35. That's really good to start. This is perfect condition, friends. There is no AC, there is no cooler in my room. As you can see, my surrounding temperature, everything is 35 degrees, 30 degrees only one fan is turning on. So this will be the really good example. So let's start the test right now. So I started the test at same time. Let me try to start the stopwatch as well, just out of cue. If you want to check the time, you can immediately notice the time as well. So right now this is the test which I'm trying to run with 100 threads for 15 minutes of time non-stop. I'll be doing this kind of testing. And if you quickly if you notice the max CPU clocking, so in the Realme X7 Max, it's of 3 GHz, which has Dimensity 1200. So 3 GHz. So other two processors are 3.18 GHz. So as you can see, friends, the throttling which is not happening in the Mi 11X device and iQOO 7 device, but you can see right now in the beginning, as soon as you click start, it did happen. This is not the first time I am seeing the throttling issues, but I did do another video, so make sure to check this video, friends. I think 3 hours ago I had another video on the Realme X7 Max. Check that video, you'll be able to understand. Same graph you will be able to see even in that video as well. As you can see, friends, so that is the reason don't buy the phones on the first day itself. So this is what will happen. So don't buy the phones on the first day. Try to see the reviewers, what others are talking about, what are the cons it has got. Only then you will be able to buy the phones. So right now, as you can see clearly, it proves the throttling right now. It's coming close to 80%. And before in the Mi11X device, it used to be the same case, but after the MIUI 12.5 update, it got slightly improved throttling. That is what I'm trying to see in this Mi11X device right now. So let's see for the first 2 minutes, I'll try to check the temperatures, how much it is. If you remember, the starting temperature is 35 degrees. So after 2 minutes, I'll try to check the exact temperature, how much it's gonna be. And if you want, you can focus on the performance score, not on the graph. Some people, they focus on the performance score, how much it's showing. Some people, they focus on the graph. So it depends upon you what you want to select. So if you see the performance score, you can see slightly better on the iQOO 7. Even though the iQOO 7 and Mi11X, they both have same kind of Snapdragon 870 chipset, but you can see different scores. And first is iQOO 7, second is Mi11X device, and third is the Realme X7 Max device right now. So in the race, if you compare the performance scores, so right now you can see the throttling, it started to increase. As you can see, friends, it's increasing. Same thing has happened in the previous test which I did. In the beginning, it slightly went down, and later it started to increase and go up. I'm not sure why it's happening in the beginning, and it's so weird. 40 degrees right now, the monster went up to 40 degrees. Let's see this new monster. It's also catching up with this monster. So 40 degrees, that's good. And that Mi11X is 38 degrees. That's totally normal for this phone. 37 and 36, 38 degrees, which is quite normal, friends. So for the past, I think 2 weeks and 3 weeks, I'm not sure, I never done this many testings in my entire life. I did so many times the AnTuTu benchmark test in iQOO 7 device and in Mi11X device CPU throttling test, so many times. So but still I'm getting same kind of results, even as if not today as well. Same results I'm getting right now. That's really good. And here's a new baby in your studio, which is a Realme X7 Max. So let's see whether this phone will be having better throttling and better temperatures or not. So whether it will be able to manage, balance temperature and the performance at same time or not. That is what I'll try to focus on this Realme X7 Max particularly. So temperatures right now after 3 minutes and 35 seconds, 41.4, 42. Yes, I think we got another monster here, which is a Realme X7 Max. The temperatures are getting really high. So 41.6. It's more than the iQOO 7 device. So before I thought iQOO 7 was having the highest temperatures, but right now Realme X7 Max is going to take the position of the iQOO 7 device. It's really interesting to see in the Realme X7 Max. As you can see, friends, the temperature is really going high. So I did get a lot of messages regarding this temperature issue in this Realme X7 Max device particularly. So many messages. I did not get this many messages for any smartphone, only on the topic temperatures. So now I understood why a lot of users are really interested to know what is the temperatures in the Realme X7 Max. So this is what happening, friends. Right now the temperatures are really going high in the X7 Max, but we should not come conclusion in the beginning itself. Let's see. Let's wait for the 10 minutes and 15 minutes. So then we can come into a conclusion. And even though I need a 3D benchmark test while live stress to do, after that I can give the certification which phone has got what kind of temperatures and what kind of performance level. So after the CPU throttling test, that will be my next video which I'm going to do. So right now it's 4 minutes, I think close to 5 minutes of time. Let's check in the 5 minutes how much the temperatures reached. 42.2, 42.4, 42.6. As you can see, friends, that's normal for the iQOO 7. 42.8, 43.6, 43. That's that's abnormal in the Realme X7 Max with the Dimensity 1200, which is a MediaTek processor, and Mi11X device, that's pretty normal. 40 degrees, no problem. As you can see, friends, no problem, no issues. 40 degrees, 43.6, 42.8. Still the iQOO 7 did not reach that 43. I think it reached just now somewhere around here. I did see the 43. So thank God I did buy the Realme cooling fan, which will be really helpful for me to test other testings in these both phones. I'll try to use the cooling fan and check whether temperature is slightly cooling or not. So make sure to stay tuned, friends, so which I'll be doing plenty of videos using this cooling fan in a lot of other smartphones, testing the performance levels using this kind of cooling clip. So right now, after 6 minutes of time, you can see the scores, how much it is. 3 lakh score, that's really good. 2 lakhs 43,000, 64,000 and 2 lakhs 55,000. You can see the scores, what is happening. As you can see, friends, clearly the scores as well. So I'll give you some break. I'm continuously speaking, so I'll give you some break, and again I'll be back exactly around 10 minutes of time. As you can see, friends, right now it's been close to 10 minutes of time exactly, and let's check the temperatures, how much it is right now. 43.2, the monster reached the iQOO 7, 43.4 as you can see, and 44.8. That's too much for the Realme X7 Max, sorry. 44.8, I need to take it seriously. 44.8 as you can see, friends. And Mi11X device 41.6, that's pretty normal. 42 as well, but 44.8, that's really high. So I'm thinking the phone will be able to reach even 45 as well. Right now 43.6 degrees. So let's see, friends, what will happen for the next 5 minutes as well. And the Mi11X device 41.6, 41.4 as you can see, friends. So 41, 43 and 45, it will definitely cross, I think, 45 as well. The Realme X7 Max 45 did cross, as you can see, friends, just now it did cross the 45 degrees, the Realme X7 Max. So this is an extreme stress test I am trying to put in the CPU throttling test. So this is not the real life day-to-day testing, but this will definitely give you the clear picture which phone has what kind of throttling and what kind of temperatures it can reach easily higher. That is the reason I'm trying to do this kind of testing. But I'll try to do the another testing, which is a Genshin Impact gameplay test with a full brightness mode in the 3 phones. So that test will give you the clear results, which phone has what kind of temperatures, which phone is increasing faster temperatures. We can able to see while doing that kind of testing. But right now, that battery percentage, if you notice the battery percentage, let me try to keep this slightly for separated. So battery percentage 95%, 97%, 99%, as you can see, friends, during this time of testing. So 99%, the Mi11X is in the lead. But let's see the performance score. You are getting about 2,63,000, 2,69,000, 2,50,000. As you can see, the performance scores as well. So just now I did upload a video on the 4G plus comparison speed test. As you can see, try to check this video in case if you haven't checked. So for the first 12 minutes of testing, these are the results which we got. So let's see, friends, what will happen for the next few minutes. So as you can see, friends, right now we are getting close to 15 minutes of exactly continuing this test. So let me try to show you exactly the options, which phone has what kind of options. So just to be clarifying that I am trying to use the same settings in all the 3 smartphones. So that is the reason I'll try to show you every time after 15 minutes. So 15 minutes has been finished. You can check the settings which I'm trying to use in all the smartphones. Let me try to quickly check that maximum temperature 43.6, 43.8 recorded. As you can see, friends, right now I am trying to be really quick in terms of detecting the maximum temperatures. 44.8 degrees. The real winner is the Realme X7 Max with the highest temperature recorded, 44.8. On the back side, as you can see, friends, clearly 43. On the back side as well, 43. So let's check the Mi11X device. So 41.6, 41.6, not much, 41. And the back side 40. As you can see, 40. As you can see, friends, clearly 41. So overall 43.8 and 44.8 and 45 as well. Sometimes I did see in the Realme X7 Max device. So overall in terms of the temperatures, so let me try to stop the stopwatch and let me try to keep this phone side. So now you'll be able to focus much. Let me try to take the screenshot in all the smartphones. So all the smartphones I taken the screenshot. So right now, by using this screenshot, we will be able to just zoom in inside a little bit more, so you can actually see which phone has what kind of throttling. So right now the iQOO 7 did throttle up to 81%, and the Realme X7 Max throttled to the 76%, and 94% happened in the Mi11X device. But let's see the performance wise. In terms of the performance wise, the maximum reached to 291 and 330 in the iQOO 7, which is got the highest results, and maximum in the Mi11X is of 265 only. As you can see friends, the performance score. So this is the reason I'll try to compare the performance score as well. So before I used to not compare every time. I used to only concentrate on the graph, but later on some of the subscribers I did ask me to specifically mention the scores as well. That will be really helpful. So that is the reason I'm trying to do that. And average in the iQOO is maintaining 291. That is the average which we got. That average is equal to the maximum in the MI11 in the Realme X7 Max, and not even equal to the MI11 device, nothing. So that the average in the iQOO device is equal to the maximum performance in the Realme X7 Max in terms of the score. You can clearly see here, and the minimum is 264, and the minimum is equal to the maximum of the MI11X device, as you can clearly see friends, slightly close to that. So overall, if you really bothered about the performance scores, then definitely the iQOO is a clear winner in terms of the performance scores, and there is not much throttling happening in the MI11X for this kind of performance. As you can see, these are the quick comparisons, and whereas the graph is slightly abnormal in the Realme X7 Max particularly, as you can see. So it's slightly yellow and red as well. I'm not sure, maybe with the next future updates this chipset might need some kind of optimization. That is what I'm thinking of. So maybe let's see friends what will happen. And this is a quick comparison between all of the three smartphones, and make sure to comment below what are your thoughts. And next video will be on 3D benchmark test comparison. So make sure to stay tuned for that video. That will be after this video only. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video friends. Until then, bye. Sorry friends, I totally forgot to show you the battery percentage, which phone has what kind of percentage. 93% in the iQOO device, 94% in the Realme X7 Max device, as you can see 94, and 98% in the MI11X device, as you can see friends. After this continuously doing the throttling test results, 98, 94 and 93, that's really good in the what I did observe in the MI11X device. Even if I do multiple times testing in the CPU throttling test or maybe 3D benchmark test, always the battery backup not used to drain much, because performance also maintained really optimized and battery also not drained much. That is what I did observe in the MI11X device. So iQOO and Realme X7 Max, they both are kind of close to each other. High temperatures, high battery draining. So slightly more battery drain in the iQOO device, slightly higher temperatures in the Realme X7 Max device. So thank you friends for watching this video, and make sure to stay tuned for more in-depth testing which I am going to do on this Realme X7 Max, particularly testing the performance and temperatures mainly. So make sure to stay tuned for the videos, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next video friends. Until then, bye.